good afternoon, and welcome. Welcome indeed, yes, to a Wednesday edition of the Mark Moses Show podcast. We are broadcasting live right now on social media, and we're always broadcasting from the Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Take back control of your life. Call them today. This is key. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. It's Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Joining right now with his Baltimore O's jersey on is my great friend Alan Zlotorzynski with Brevard Sports Network. We got much to discuss in the world of football. My man, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. The question, Mark, is how are you? Has the adrenaline dump happened? Have you had the decompression from the NFL season that was your ever exciting Chicago Bears?
All right, here's the thing. I was upset. I'm still upset, but I know this is very corny, very Disney movie. When I saw Indiana win, I kind of okay, it can't all be about me and my teams. I have to care about all of sports. I know that's stupid to say, but when Carson Beck threw that interception late and Indiana finished the fight, I thought that was a good story. And it's okay, maybe the sun will come up tomorrow and maybe my team can win one day. That's how I feel. Now, selfishly, I'm still angry that ball did not connect to DJ Moore in overtime. I can't. You're at midfield. You're right there. You're moving the football. Just go vanilla. Run the ball. Hit your tight end. All you need is a field goal. You don't need to go Brett Favre in that situation. And the Bears shot themselves in the foot. And when he threw the pick, you knew it was over. You knew right away Matthew Stafford was going to score. You just knew it. So I'm all over the place. If that answers your question.
First of all, you should have never been in overtime.
No. Okay. What did you think? Just shut up. What did you think? You've been watching football your whole life. You played quarterback yourself. When that ball got caught by Cole Kmet on fourth down, what were your thoughts?
I broke the back of my recliner. I mean, that's what I thought, dude. I went backwards in my recliner I know we're live, so I'll watch my mouth. Normally, I know you have to edit me 1,000 times.
Yeah,
I went back in my chair, unbelievably, and I just couldn't believe two things that occurred on that play.
What?
Caleb Williams is the only quarterback in the NFL that could have made that throw the way he made it. Okay, there's no. The broadcaster said there's only 2 or 3 quarters. No, there's only one, and it's Caleb Williams. The second thing is, what on God's green football earth are those 2 idiot defensive backs for the Green Bay Packers doing?
Do you think, and this goes to all levels of football. It doesn't matter. You go high school, college, NFL. You're not supposed to be looking at that quarterback. But maybe in the moment when they saw the quarterback going backwards, they're probably thinking,
you are a professional. Nobody gets behind you under any circumstances in that situation.
Dude,
ever.
Dude, the Bears did this last year against Washington on the Hail Mary play.
Oh, I know. Dude's waving at the crowd.
Oh, man. Dude. All right, so most of the game, it was 10-10. And I turned to my family, I go, this is not good. And my sister goes, hey, it's 10-10. We're right there. I was like, no, you can't let them hang around. You should have knocked them out in the third quarter. And they kept hanging around. They score the touchdown late. And then you're like, all right, well, the Bears need a miracle. Dude, we've had magic all season. So when he threw that ball in the air, there's no way anyone's going to catch it. And when they did, I celebrated. But then at the same time, I was like, well, you got to win in overtime now. You can't blow this game. So remember, they win the toss, and they said, all right, we're going to kick to the Rams. And the Rams are completely scared and shocked in this moment because you saw the first possession. Stafford's throwing it all over the place. They can't run. They kick it back to the Bears. And you're thinking, all right, we're in business. Everything is lined up. Everything. And they just couldn't finish it. And they ran out of gas. It's just, my heart's broken from it.
Mark, I'm watching you. I'm watching you. And the teeth gritting and grinding. And buddy, all I can tell you is I know your pain. And it's been a few weeks, but I've saved a seat for you here on the couch of watching. So,
no horse in the fight. Now I get to go to Cancun like you did. That's what it is.
Well, let's clarify first of all before anybody thinks I went to Cancun. That's an expression, okay? There is no Cancun for me, okay? Second of all, my Cancun is my recliner in front of the television. There's Cancun.
It was one of the craziest runs I've ever seen. But this is the key. You don't want to be in these situations every week. You want to be a more complete football team like the Seattle Seahawks are. You want a great offense, defense, and special teams. But you know what it came down to? We saw this all weekend. We saw this wild card round. You can't turn the ball over. I don't care how great you are. You turn it like the Bills. They turned it over 5 times. If that doesn't happen, they beat the Broncos on Saturday. They win that game.
Teams that have lost the turnover battle in the playoffs are 6, or have won the turnover battle in the playoffs are 6-0.
Dude, okay. So think about this. The number one team to create turnovers this year were the Bears with like 31 or so. They go into the playoffs, play 2 games, both at home, don't create a turnover. And they turned it over about 5 times in Mark, 2 games.
Here's the thing. I think that here's the difference in that game. Your Bears outgained them. Your Bears outplayed them, I felt like, okay? I mean, all of the things that matter, your Bears did better than the Rams. The Rams, they didn't commit a penalty.
No.
Okay? They didn't turn the ball over. Okay? They played, by definition, the perfect road playoff game. They hung around and they won.
They did. And you know what's funny is I know a lot of people are watching this right now. We appreciate you watching us talk some football here on a Wednesday. Okay. This is the difference in coaching as well. Matt LaFleur got shook twice by the Bears and lost those 2 games. Didn't know how to recover after Caleb Williams did magic. You saw Sean McVay. NFL Films did this. They showed this. They give up the Hail Mary touchdown on 4th down. The overtime starts. McVay rallies his troops and says, look, we got this. It's okay. They didn't beat us. We still got a chance. He knows how to win in the playoffs. And you know what game I thought about? And I want to bring this up to you. They know what to do if you look at Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford. Remember, 2021 playoffs. 2021 playoffs. They're in Tampa. They have the big lead against Tom Brady. Brady goes crazy in that 4th quarter and makes the comeback, but then Stafford throws that bomb play to what's his name? The guy that's on the Seahawks now, the white receiver, right? They get him the ball, set it up, field goal, they win. They know how to weather the storm in these situations, and I think the Rams will be ready for Seattle as well. Any other team in the NFC, I think the Bears win that game. They just took on the Rams, and the Rams knew what to do.
There's a reason that many believed throughout the course of the year that the Rams were the best team in the NFL, and I think a lot of it starts with Sean McVay. It just does. I mean, at this guy's age, you already look at his coaching tree, right? I mean, guys that, Jesse Minter is a candidate for several NFL head coaching jobs. So I just think it's a testament to McVay. He's an outstanding head football coach, although I don't think he's going to be able to go to Seattle and win. I just think that that defense, Mike McDonald's defense, is just playing on a different level right now. I think Stafford's beat up. I think
the Panthers and the Bears beat him up.
Yeah, I think he's beat up, and I think the Rams just simply run out of it in Seattle. And, oh, my God, Mark, I mean, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but without Bo Nix, are we seriously freaking looking at another Patriot Seahawks Super Bowl already. I mean, isn't this supposed to be 10 years, 12 years for these franchises to suck before they get back to the Super Bowl? I mean, your Bears, my Ravens, we have watched this cycle go by twice now without playing in the game.
Yeah, what really angers me, so you're like, oh, cold weather, that should help Chicago. I think the cold weather, and especially the snow where the field was completely kind of wet, when you think about it with the sleet, it neutralized both offenses in that game, right? If that was 40 degrees, perfect grass, more points would have been scored in that football game. I really believe that.
And I'm going to say this, but I think often too much is made of the weather. Well, in terms of cold, snow and rain, it kind of, Troy Aikman could never throw a wet ball. There are quarterbacks that can't throw wet footballs, which there are running backs that can't hold on to wet footballs. So, I mean, elements can play a role in the game, but cold, blistering cold, I don't really think it ever has an effect on a football game. And as far as the weather there, you're right. Maybe it did neutralize it. But again, these are paid professionals. A lot of these guys play college in cold weather places. So I don't really think it matters.
All right. I'm going to say something to you.
Okay.
And you could disagree with me. And especially from your standpoint, where you've had Lamar Jackson for a couple years now, right? You've made deep playoff runs and it falls short. I feel like, and I hope we record this, and then when we get to next January, we can play it if it's good or bad. I feel like this with my Bears, where they have the coach and the quarterback, this reminds me of the Chiefs when they lost to the Patriots in that first run with Mahomes. Now I'm not saying we're going to win 5 Super Bowls, but I feel like a veteran coach and quarterback beat the Chiefs in that AFC title game. You and me watched this game where Brady overcomes the Chiefs, the young team with all the firepower, won in overtime and won their last Super Bowl together. There's a part of me that feels like, and I could be ahead of myself, the Bears are going to make upgrades and they're going to get even better. If they become a more complete football team, they will be a dangerous team in the NFC with that quarterback. That's how I'm feeling optimistic. How about you?
I think you have every right to feel that way. I still think there were times this season where Caleb Williams didn't play well.
I agree.
At all. And I think those are the areas where if he can improve those pockets, where I think you and I discussed the fact that the Bears didn't play all year, never saw 4 quarters of football in one game from this team. That's Ben Johnson's next goal, is to be able to get this football team week in and week out to go out and give 3.5, 4 quarters of football. And that starts with your quarterback. Your quarterback not making the one stupid play a game, because when you want to achieve and accomplish the types of things you want your Bears to achieve, this is the time of the year you have to play perfect, near perfect football. We saw that it was near perfect football that had to be played to win that game Sunday, right? The Rams didn't commit a penalty, right? They didn't turn the football over, but your Bears did those things. So those are the things that need to improve. Caleb Williams, he can't throw that interception. He can't do that. So if they can clean those things up, add some players here and there, yeah, I think you're right.
I believe in that coach. This is why I know people are going to disagree with this. With your Ravens, I'm happy you got rid of John Harbaugh. I don't care what the New York Giants and their fans think. You guys made the right decision. I know you're still looking for a coach. You're now going to be against Buffalo, right, to see who your head coach could be. But I think it's the right move. I believe in this coaching staff, and I'm not trading this quarterback for anyone else. You call me crazy. I don't want any. I like the guy, number 18, Williams. I think he's the most exciting quarterback right now in the NFL, and I'll prove it with this. Monday, watch national media after they lose the game. Are they talking about the Rams? Are they talking about the Patriots? No. They kept talking about Caleb Williams. They kept talking about it. They're not talking, Stafford's got a chance. And what about the Seahawks? Oh, no. They kept showing the throw to Cole Kmet.
he needs to do the one thing that I don't think that Lamar Jackson has done yet.
What?
And that is he needs to take the next step in terms of off the field, on the field. He needs to mature.
Yeah.
He needs to mature. He needs to grow up a little bit. He needs to take ownership in this football team. He needs to understand that everything that now happens moving forward, not only is he the face of Chicago Bears football, but he can now put his face up there with the Mahomes, the Jacksons, the Allens of the world. The next step for Caleb Williams in this process is to be in talk of being a league MVP.
Oh, yeah. I agree with you. 100%. We're here at the Zlotorzynski Brevard Sports Network. Dude, again, he was running the wrong way. But then what's funny, the 50th time watching it kind of makes sense what he was trying to do. Now, he probably never thought it would actually work. He was trying to give himself separation so he'd have a half second to launch it. That's why he was running backwards, because he knew he was going to get hit. If he stands there, bang, it's over. But he gave himself, dude, it's still.
If you don't think the quarterback is not the most important person on a football field, you just need to look at the two biggest plays made in football this weekend. Both were by quarterbacks. One by Caleb Williams. Now, they didn't win the football game, but it was the biggest play of the game. And the second was Mendoza's run.
Oh, it was awesome. We'll get to that in a second. I just want to say, if they win in overtime, that play will go. It would. See, it's funny. It's going to go down as one of the great plays in NFL history. But if they won that game, I think it would have been like Joe Montana to Dwight Clark. Like, catch. I'm not kidding. It would have been that crazy of a play.
I think it's funny. I go back. I've watched that play several times, right? And I think, who caught the ball in the end zone? Who was it that caught the ball?
Okay, so it's Cole Kmet. Remember, Colson Loveland, who's the breakout rookie tight end, gets injured in the second half. So that hurt them in the fourth quarter and overtime. So who knows if Kmet's on the field for that play? But he was, and he caught the ball.
Well, I think it's funny because I think even if you go back and watch the play a couple of times after he catches the ball, he doesn't immediately sell. He's like, I can't believe this is in my hands.
Perfectly.
Right.
I mean, that's the other thing. It's not like he had to jump up and make an Odell Beckham Jr. catch either. Perfect. No. It's perfect in there.
He could not believe it.
All right. You think of Lamar Jackson. This is for everyone watching this now. When you think of Lamar Jackson, what's his signature play? Is it that run he had where were you at? Maybe it was his rookie or sophomore year.
Against the Bengals, yeah.
Yeah, when he does he runs and then he spins off two guys and scores the touch. Is that his play?
That's his play. I mean, when I stop and think, Lamar Jackson's signature play in his entire career is in high school, where he's running in the end zone and he stops, and the kid runs past him at 100 miles an hour. Lamar's running a 4.340 down the field, stops on the goal line on a dime, and the kid runs right by him, and Lamar just steps over the goal line.
I think Lamar also, and this feels bad for the Florida State fans, when they played the Seminoles, that was the breakout game on national TV where he ran all over this. That's when I think of Lamar.
Yeah.
So when I think of Caleb, all right, so when you look at this postseason, what's the signature play? The 4th and 8 against Green Bay, or is it that Hail Mary to Cole Kmet?
I think it's the 4th and 8 to Green Bay because they ended up winning that game.
All right. Okay. I will go with it. I have no problem. It's all positive for me.
Yeah.
So my brother is like, he's like, all right, who we get in the draft? I'm like, it's January 21st. Like,
your brother's ready to go, bro.
Ready. Dude, we've already seen the schedule. They're going to play at the Miami Dolphins next year. We're getting the caravan. We're getting the bus. We're all going. So are you coming with us for this party? We're going.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm always up for a party, bro.
You're right. And you know what you like? You'll have no dog in the race. No. You'll have a great time. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, me and Miller Lite.
All right. I'm not counting out the Broncos. They're at home. I don't know if I believe in Stidham. I have to see him throw a pass. But 4-quarter game, I don't think the Patriots have played amazingly in their 2 games. I think we're going to have a game. I'm not saying, Broncos by 50. I like Sean Payton more than I like Mike Vrabel. Now, I don't know if the quarterback is better on New England, but for 4 quarters at home, I think Denver has a chance in this game. A chance. I think we're going to get a game. Now, could they win? Could late Patriots score 2 touchdowns, beat them? Yeah, but I don't think this is going to be a complete embarrassment to the NFL. I think we're going to get a football game. How about you?
I'll give Sean Payton the benefit of the doubt here. I think you get a football game early. But I was not impressed with the Denver defense like I thought I would be against Buffalo. I mean, they gave up 30. They were terrible. They gave up 30 points to Buffalo in that football game. And Buffalo, they forced 5 turnovers.
And they still almost, or maybe should have lost in overtime.
Right. So I'm not impressed with. I don't think you're going to get that kind of performance from Drake May that Josh Allen had. I just don't. I don't think Drake May is going to make the foolish play running with the football and for some reason fumble the ball 10 yards backwards. I don't think you're going to get that out of Drake May. No, I think the Patriots pull away in this one, and I think they easily cross the finish line with the victory in this. I can see a tight first half, but listen, this is the NFL. And that New England Patriot defense is pretty good, too. And Jared Stidham still hasn't thrown a pass since 2023 in this league. That's going to matter. This is an AFC championship game. That's going to matter. Yeah, I like the Patriots.
Yeah, okay. I like how Nick Foles, he released a statement like, hey, trying to give a pep talk to the Broncos. But remember, Nick Foles started.
He played during the year.
He played a couple games, started all the playoffs.
Yeah. It's funny how the younger generation goes to Nick Foles. My generation goes to Jeff Hostetler.
You texted me that also. You did. Dude, that was so crazy where you saw the end of that game. Big emotional win for the Broncos. And you see Josh Allen is crying at the podium. You're probably thinking as a Broncos fan, here we go. We got our quarterback with a 1 seed. We're going to get to the Super Bowl. And then the Seahawks game starts. And you're like, oh, yeah, by the way, your quarterback's injured for the rest of the playoffs. What? Worst.
Yeah, first of all, as a Ravens fan, watching Josh Allen cry, I'm thinking, shut up, crybaby. Right? That's the first. I have no sympathy for Josh Allen. Just let me get that. You know my love for the city of Buffalo, right? You know it, right?
Don't turn it over 4 times.
Right. So here's the thing. And I didn't hear the disdain for Josh Allen this week that I heard for Lamar Jackson, by the way. Okay, let's just be fair about that. Okay, I'm going to call that out right now too. So yeah, that's a crushing blow because even if Denver can find a way to win this game, do you really think Jared Stidham's going to beat the Rams or the Seahawks in the Super Bowl?
And you know what? The NFL doesn't want that either.
No,
okay, they don't want 2 weeks of that as hype. That's why if I'm the Patriots and I'm Vrabel, I am stacking that box in the first quarter.
I'm killing this guy.
I am going to kill him. I'm going to put 10 guys in the box.
Yeah.
You have to show me you can complete a forward pass on us before I take this serious.
I think the thing you're going to see, and this is where Sean Payton factors in, Mark. I think the thing you're going to see is you're going to see a lot of quick dumps, a lot of quick passes. You're going to see a lot of slants, a lot of hot route crosses, things of that nature, things to get the ball out of Stidham's hands fast, okay? All week long, I guarantee you the stopwatch is 2.5 seconds. That's it, 2.5 seconds. That ball, if I'm Sean Payton, I'm standing behind Stidham and I'm screaming all week long, 2.5, 2.5, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2.5. Get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it, because they're coming.
Yeah, and if you get down 10 points, the game might be over.
It will be over.
Yeah, that's saying. I think we're going to get a game. I mean, we're going to find if those those receivers for Denver, they cannot drop the ball. There cannot be. They have to, like you said earlier, they have to play perfect. And look, RJ Harvey in that running attack, they're going to have to get it going. I mean, it's going to be interesting with that football game.
That's the other thing. Don't underestimate New England's defense.
Oh yeah,
they're good.
Now, okay, if I'm New England, also do not act like, oh well, we're going to take on CJ Stroud and he's going to give us the ball 5 times as well. I mean, you know what it is? I'm not touching the game if I'm Vegas. Maybe that's my thing. I'm not touching this game. I don't know what's going to happen. I feel more confidence in Seattle against the Rams.
Oh, I love the Seahawks all day. I right now I think the Seahawks are the best team left in the NFL playoffs. I don't think there's any question about that. I think they've got all phases of their game going. They're playing at home on Sunday. That 12, man 12, that 12, that's a real thing, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a real thing. And so I just, like I said, the way Mike McDonald has his team dialed in, boy, I'd love for him to still be, on the Ravens staff. Oh my God, man, we screwed up there, didn't we?
Yes. Yes, you did.
But I just don't see anybody beating Seattle over the next two games.
What if you're a Minnesota Vikings person where you had that quarterback? He won 14 games. Now I get it. They lose the division. They get killed by the Rams in the playoffs.
Yeah,
they let him walk.
You don't have that personnel around him in Minnesota either.
Okay, but here's what's funny. You don't think about. Minnesota had to play like 5 quarterbacks this year. They still went 9-8. It's an amazing job by Kevin O'Connell. It really is.
No, listen, I get it. And I think I think Sam Darnold owes Kevin O'Connell a lot.
Yes, he does.
I think he does because listen, when Sam Darnold left the Jets, what did we know him best for?
Seeing ghosts?
Or messing around with his buddy's mom, right?
No, wait. Time out.
Who was that?
No, time out. That's
who
was that?
Was that the other quarterback?
Oh, okay, hold on. Time
Who
out.
was that? Who was that?
All right. To make sure I do this right, the wide receiver I was thinking of before is Cooper Kupp, who's now on the Seahawks.
Right. But who's the Jets quarterback that was messing around with his mother's buddy?
All right, he's the one.
Or his buddy's mother.
Okay, wait. He was the BYU quarterback that went number 2. You're thinking of Zach Wilson.
That's what I'm thinking of. Okay,
yeah,
never mind. Sorry, Sam. Sorry. My apologies, Sam. My apologies to Sam Darnold. But listen, I mean, Sam Darnold's career was in shambles. I mean, it just was. And then he's an MVP candidate in Minnesota for a part of the season last year. And then they don't want him. J.J. McCarthy's coming back. And I'll tell you this. Be interesting to see what Seattle does in the future with him.
Yeah. All right. So your quarterbacks are. Think about how we were back in training camp where you think of all these, Mahomes, Allen, Jackson, Joe Burrow. Who's left? Stidham versus May. And then it's Darnold versus Stafford. Stafford's the only guy.
Listen, there's something to be said. Everybody's making a big damn deal over the fact that we don't have Mahomes, Allen, Jackson, right? Burrow, we don't have these guys, right? And we do kind of sort of miss them, don't we, a little bit? Because now Caleb Williams is gone too, right? So, listen, buddy, the quarterback play in that New England-Houston game was atrocious by both quarterbacks, I mean, what has happened to C.J. Stroud?
They do stats where, so last year, week 2, the Texans beat the Bears in a shootout. It's the second career game for Caleb Williams. After the game, C.J. Stroud puts his arm on Caleb Williams and kind of gives him good luck, rookie. You're going to have a great career. Like he's some elder statesman, right? Like he's been in the league for 10 years. So what they do is they show the stats since that game where C.J. Stroud, who, by the way, keeps going to the playoffs every year, keeps going. But now when you look at that draft class, maybe the Panthers did make the right decision by taking their quarterback Bryce Young over C.J. Stroud. That keeps going back and forth. Who's the better quarterback moving forward?
I just know that for all the hoopla of not having these great quarterbacks in the playoffs, we miss them. You see
on the storyline.
Yeah,
and storyline.
Well, in the play too. I mean, when guys like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Patrick Mahomes are playing at their best, we see a lot of plays, maybe not like, what Caleb Williams did, but listen, the games are a better quality, are they not? I mean, do you want to watch an NFL playoff game where there's 9 combined turnovers?
No, I do not.
No,
There's so many new teams.
But that's what you got, Mark.
All right, so you're going Patriots,
Seahawks,
Seattle.
And then we get to listen to 2 weeks about the worst call in the history of football when Pete Carroll called that pass play. So we get 2 weeks of that crap.
And it's not, and Pete Carroll and Bill Belichick are nowhere near the game. Nowhere.
Bill Belichick yesterday, huh?
Yeah. So I like about Cocoa High School. They just post it. They post it where he's Bill Belichick in the Tar Heels blue. He's got the blazer on and good. He needs football players. Our buddy TJ McMahon, who loves the Patriots, he texts me. He goes, "What player was he looking at?" And I wrote back, "All of them.
All of them. It's Coco."
He needs a whole roster.
I just grabbed this because I was thinking about Bill Belichick being up there yesterday playing around. And so, listen, it was good to see Ryan Schneider with Bill Belichick yesterday.
Cool. It's a cool photo.
Yeah, I mean, for Ryan, I don't think it's a secret that everybody knows he's a finalist for another coaching job in this county. But listen, what a cool opportunity. I asked Ryan today what it was like talking to Bill Belichick. What's he like? And he said he's a chill dude. And then, of course, I had to ask, did he bring his woman?
My mom was wondering that same question.
Tell your mom no.
No, no.
Tell your mom no.
I'm
Tell
trying
Miss
to be professional
Susan,
here.
right?
Yeah, I'm trying
Tell Miss Susan no, she didn't come.
I'm trying to be a professional asking these questions. Dude, I saw that, and then I saw Vero Beach football. Notre Dame coaching staff was there yesterday as well, looking at the quarterback. Look, I don't care if they lost that title game. They had no business losing last month. But, yeah, Notre Dame, we want a quarterback. So they went to Vero Beach. So, dude, I know this is the time of year. So if you're watching this, you live here in Brevard County, Central Florida, doesn't matter. Hey, be on a lookout. There's some famous coaches driving around.
Well, we saw last year, what's his name, helicopter in over at O'Galley and Coco, right?
Kirby Smart and Mike Norvell and Ryan Day. They're smart coaches. They know where talent is. They will come here to Florida. Yeah. That is pretty cool. Yeah, man. Belichick, dude, that guy's pretty famous. He's a Hall of Famer. Okay,
he sure is.
Yeah,
we're sitting here talking about the Patriots. The last time they were in the Super Bowl, that guy was their head coach.
Yeah. Do you think he wears? So, let's say you run around Cocoa High School. Do you wear the Super Bowl ring? Because you got the Cocoa ring on. Do you wear the Lombardi one? What do you do if you're him?
No, I don't think you wear your rings.
No, you don't need to.
I listen. That ugly blue blazer's enough.
They'll notice you.
That thing is nasty, man.
I'm not kidding. Look, I'm not kidding around. I would recruit every player at Cocoa. I'd go over to O'Galley, recruit them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't leave. I'd stay at the Holiday Inn in Vieira for 5 weeks, and I would just go around the county.
Listen, I think there is an immense amount of pressure on Bill Belichick this year.
Oh yeah.
If you look at what Curt Cignetti did and how he built Indiana, why can't Bill Belichick do that?
He brought in 50 different. He got rid of the whole last team, brought in all these transfers, but
Cignetti just put a lot of pressure on a lot of great head coaches in college football. What he did and how he did it, Mark, guys like Belichick are going to feel this.
Well, the difference is Cignetti has been coaching in college football different
levels. Yes, but we're talking about James Madison. And there's a tremendous difference about who you can bring and what you're bringing in NIL and scholarships from a place like James Madison to then come into Indiana and doing it. There is a tremendous difference.
Look, dude, I just want to say this to you. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
none of these programs have any more excuses.
No.
Like the olden times, you'd be like, well, the Gators hired a coach and you got to give them like 3 years to develop. No, I don't want to hear it.
I think too, Mark, that the days of, and listen, the Big Ten's now won the last 3 national championships. I think the SEC as a whole is going to be under a microscope. There's I think this coming, I don't know if you caught this story the other day.
What?
I don't know what the final outcome or decision was about the college football playoff and whether they were expanding it to 24. I know that the SEC and the Big Ten were fighting back and forth in meetings the other day about expanding this thing to 24. But I thought what we saw this year and how it played out, you had a double-digit seed in the national championship game. I thought this was a perfect college football playoff this year.
Dude, I am not expanding this from this standpoint. I'm
No.
not. Dude, Indiana had to go 16-0. They had to win. They had to play 16 games somehow to win the national title. I would have felt so bad if they lose to Miami and go 15-1.
And I don't want to see football games involving James Madison and Tulane, Mark.
No, I think it should be 8 teams. I think that's good. And I would go to 8. I'm not
like 12. I just think you need to get rid of the mandate that you have to have the group of 5 in there.
Yeah, I don't care either.
Yeah.
I do. But what's funny is, in hindsight, James Madison and Tulane put up better fights in the playoffs than some of these other teams did, where Texas Tech, they didn't score a point in their playoff game.
No, I get it.
But I know. Look, I get what you're saying. I don't want a first round where it's a complete bloodbath out there and there's no point to the game.
Wouldn't you rather see I would have rather have seen Notre Dame in over Tulane. I just would rather have seen that. Let's just take the 12. Let's go with the 4 conference winners, right? Okay. And listen, and then you take the next highest 8 ranked teams. It's no different than what the FHSAA does.
All right, I'm going to say this to you, and I know we have a lot of Miami Hurricanes fans in our area. I get it. We're much closer to Coral Gables than we are Bloomington, Indiana. But I'm happy Indiana won. Look, they've been bad for 100 years. They finished it. They won. What did Miami have? Miami has Michael Irvin running around. Then they have all these other greats doing this all day. They had a porn star. She's in the sidelines going crazy. Like, what is – then the quarterback is like, well, I haven't been to class in 2 years. What is this? And then you see Indiana, right? Indiana, the quarterback is like Tim Tebow 2.0. His mom is in the wheelchair. Like, it's just like –
the dad won't stand up. Yeah, I get it, man. It's
yeah, I know. Look.
Yeah. Listen, I will tell you how I watched this game.
Okay.
I cheered for both teams. I cheered for both teams, and I was as happy for Mark Fletcher Jr. as I was for Fernando Mendoza.
Look, Fletcher's a great player. Here's what I understand. So after the game, and he was great, he's punching out a player.
Yeah,
okay. This is Miami football, and I like Miami football. So 1 minute he's punching out a player. In disgust, they lose the game. Then the next minute they show him where, he's the last player in the field. He's waiting to shake everyone's hand.
Yeah.
Did you shake the guy you tried to punch in the face?
Yeah, I get it. But I think if you're a Canes fan, listen, Mark.
You should be proud.
What Miami did this year, Mario Cristobal, we have talked over the last couple of years, the year they went 10-2, right? Those 2 is Cristobal really the guy? Is he really the guy? I think what Mario Cristobal has proved here is that 3 years is about the right amount of time you need to take if you're going to reset, if you're going to start from scratch and you're going to reset, Cristobal has laid the blueprint for that. Okay.
He is the best coach in the state of Florida.
He's the best recruiter.
Miami is the team now in Florida. I don't want to hear it from the Gator fans.
I don't either.
I don't want to hear it from Florida State, UCF with their fictional championships. I don't care.
Yeah.
Miami has endless amounts of money.
Yes.
They have a recruiting guy. They woke up the giant that is Miami football, and they have a chance now to be back where they used to be.
Mario Cristobal built this football team in the image of Mario Cristobal. He built it from the trenches outward, pass rush, and then, and then he's not afraid to let a freshman like Malachi Toney play, right?
Dude,
Malachi Toney has a chance to be a Heisman Trophy winner. He
would be a top 15 pick in the NFL draft right now if he wasn't a freshman.
He absolutely would be.
I don't know why on the final drive, throw him the ball.
Yeah.
They couldn't stop him.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell Carson Beck was doing on that last pass, but that guy was actually open. If Carson Beck puts air under that football and leads that guy, he might catch that football in the end zone.
Right. I just want to go on. What were you
I was just going to say, Mario Cristobal did a hell of a job there, Mark. Recruiting, the way he built that roster. That was fun to watch, Miami.
It was. They were, you know what? They were the second best team with a chance to win it. They were.
Yeah, they absolutely were.
And I'm happy the committee put them in. I am. And I'm sorry, if Virginia wins the ACC, Virginia's in the tournament. And I don't know if Miami is. That's how crazy this. All right, I just want to say this about Carson Beck. All right, people dog on that guy, but hey, look. He won SEC championships. He went to the playoff, right? He goes to Miami. They get to the national title game. So you get these haters online. And I'm not saying he's like the greatest thing ever, but like, hey, he had a pretty good college career.
He got the hell beat out of him in the first half, Mark, and came back in the second half and led a Miami offense. I get it. Mark Fletcher Jr. was the guy that was ripping off chunks of yards. Carson Beck made big throws when big throws had to be made in the second half of that football game.
Yeah, you know what it is? I think I'm on Twitter too much because if you're on there too long, you'll think everyone sucks. That's what it is.
He threw for more yards than did Mendoza.
Dude. Mendoza's going to be the first pick in the draft. They're already making the jersey. Look, if you're Latin American and you love the Raiders, you're getting that Mendoza 15 jersey.
Man, think about the Raiders, right? They have an opportunity here with Tom Brady and ownership. I was thinking about this today. If I'm the Raiders, I'm hiring Clint Kubiak as my head coach from the Seahawks.
Okay.
I'm bringing him in with Mendoza as my quarterback. Kubiak, Mendoza with Brady in your ear. I think it's a good, fast, solid foundation for the Raiders moving forward.
Yeah, and that run and look, I know this has been said to death. Signetti, the way he used his timeouts in that game were phenomenal.
Have you ever seen a call more ballsy? I don't know what else to call it than the fourth down. And he sends his, and it was funny because they were kind of arguing back and forth a little bit, bantering each other in the broadcast booth, where Herb Street's partner,
Chris Fowler.
Chris Fowler says, you like the call more than the play. And Herb Street goes, well, no, it's not that. I like them both, but the play don't happen if Signetti says kick the field goal. All right. And he's right.
Okay, so it's funny. They score there. They get 24 points. They get the ball back, get back into the red zone, and kick a field goal to get the 27th point. So it wasn't the final score. So someone broke this down online. It was fascinating to see. Where did he get that call? Week 1 in Miami. Notre Dame is in that same situation, fourth down, quarterback sneak up the middle. And Mendoza, he gets popped and then bounces off the guy and scores.
Signetti broke it down beautifully because he said in that play against Notre Dame, they didn't block it correctly. Okay? They blocked it correctly and differently against Miami, and it allowed Mendoza the opportunity, at least at the first down, but the touchdown, he had to break the tackles.
So you had those, and then in the fourth quarter, game on the line, the backdoor fade pass, right? Like the Aaron Rodgers throw to his receivers. on the money.
That's just trust, because the first one was a bad throw. And the receiver just knew where the ball was going to. It was a bad throw. Mendoza made a bad throw. Remember, he only called it with one hand, right? I mean, so that's a lot of trust in your pass catchers.
It really happened. But I told this to another guest earlier today, and I want your thoughts. Indiana winning is a great story. It really is. But it doesn't have the legs. And what I mean is from a story standpoint, I want your thoughts on this. Kind of like at the Masters. If Tiger Woods wins the Masters, you could talk about that for the next 3 weeks, right? But if a random guy wins, like I joke, Norm Macdonald made this joke, like Charles Schwartzel won, right? Some random guy. You talk about it that Monday, and then we completely move on from golf. I worry with Indiana. Like, it's a great story. But are we all going to be talking Indiana football moving forward? No. The idea of Indiana, yes, that they won, but no one gives a damn about Indiana football nationally.
I agree, but I think the argument to that could be Cignetti.
Okay, I like this.
He's just electric without being electric. He is that guy, man, where you just wouldn't you just love to pick Cignetti's brain for 30 minutes?
Because he's still got the chip on his shoulder.
Yeah. I don't want to pick Charles Schwartzel's brain for 30 minutes about the birdie putt on 18. I don't give a crap. Right. So he does all the interviews with ESPN, but I saw this yesterday. I thought it was awesome. So the Big Ten Network is there with a studio show. So remember, ESPN threw them in the locker somewhere in the basement. So they got no love. So Big Ten Network is there with Dave Revson, all those Howard Griffin, right. All there. They're a good crew.
I like those guys. So Cignetti's randomly walking by, trying to leave the field. And he looks at them like, hey, and he just comes on the show. Right. And they're like, all right. And I like that. You could say it finally.
The only thing I don't like about Kirk Cignetti is he's from Pittsburgh. All right. I mean, that's the only thing I can't change about Cignetti. But I loved his answer from Holly Rowe when she said, well, Coach, what are you going to go do now? And in that Pittsburgh accent, Yins, he said, I'm going to have a beer.
But you know what? Have one beer. This is what you learn from Saban. Then he's got to go recruit. And he's got to do that transfer portal.
It's probably going to be in Iron City, too.
Yeah, the younger brother of Mendoza the next day said, I'm transferring to Georgia Tech to play. So Cignetti already made the decision. One Mendoza is enough for me. I got to go get another quarterback, right? That's what's interesting with this. So if you want to be the coach of Coco football, they posted it.
Yeah.
If you want to take over a championship level team,
no pressure.
No, and I would, Dave. So the AD Kintai, he posted that, right? You were talking. I want to pick Cignetti's brain. I want to see the resumes.
Well,
I want to see who emails them.
Listen, I find it very interesting. Listen, we talked a month ago, and I told you then I thought Ryan Schneider would step away from the Coco job. It's not an easy job.
No.
This year proved that to be the case. At 2-4, listen, Ryan Schneider will tell you there is no better administration in Coco High School. Denise Stewart and what Denise Stewart meant to him, the school principal at Coco, what she has meant to Schneider and that program, he wouldn't trade for a million other jobs. Right? Yeah. He just wouldn't. That's how appreciative he is of everything that's happened at Coco for him. But I think Coach Schneider's eyes were opened, Mark. He heard some things from the stands this year. He saw some things on social media. And it's easy to say as a coach, ignore it. Look, they're humans too. Listen, John Harbaugh gave his introductory press conference with the New York Giants yesterday. He thanked Steve Bisciotti. He thanked the Ravens organization. And when he got fired by the Ravens, he thanked the organization. He has yet to thank the fans. I think he's bitter at being booed and things like that. Coaches feel those things, Mark.
Oh, yeah.
And there were things that were said about Coach Snyder this year that were undeserved, untrue, and unnecessary. And I really believe in my heart of hearts it's why Coco has a coaching vacancy right now. So just know that if, for the community, these are high school kids. Maybe we need to take a step back a little bit. Okay? I get it. The pressure to win these and pick up number 8 is great. But this program was 2-4 this year and still went to a Final Four. But I think his mind was made up long before then that he wasn't coming back. So I think this offseason for the Coco community and whomever takes that job is an opportunity for a fresh start. And just know that these are student athletes and coaches that do this for very little money.
Oh, you are not joking around. That was very well said. Coach Snyder is a great guy. He has worked his ass off for the last decade, pretty much. Look where they go. Four straight appearances in the state title game, and then 3 straight championships. You're right. They struggled this year and still made it further than any team in the county. All right, who are we kidding here? Went to the Final Four. Dude, it's high school football. This is not big-time college. Remember, Vero Beach went to a state championship game for the first time in 40 years, right? That is an amazing accomplishment. So if any jackasses out there are like, well, you should be doing this, this, and this, here's my advice. Go apply for the job. It's open right now. If you think you could do a better job, go apply for it. Job's open. Show them your resume if you think you can coach the team. It's an open invitation.
Listen, broadcasting in that press box at Coco, I heard some things this year coming from the stands, both on the road and at Coco, that were shocking to me to hear. And I get it. I understand. Coco community is a great community, Mark. Oh, yeah. They are diehards, and a lot of times it only takes a few to ruin it for all. And we say that, but I think he heard it enough and read it enough this year where he just said enough's enough.
All right. So I'm intrigued to see where Coach Snyder goes next. You know he's going to get another job. Like whatever happens,
we know he's a candidate at MCC. Yeah. I mean, everybody in the world knows that, right? I mean, we're not breaking major news here.
Yeah, and we'll break down who will be the next coach at Coco.
Right.
And look, like you said, a fresh start. I'm interested to see who their next stars are going to be for that team. So that's going to be fun. Before I let you go, you calling any games tonight or anything for the rest?
No, take the night off tonight. We got a busy weekend coming up. We got youth basketball this weekend, 8, 9, 10 games on Saturday. And then maybe, and I'm gonna look at the semifinals. We got middle school championship basketball coming up. We also have district tournament soccer over the next week, so stay tuned for that as well. And congratulations, by the way, I want to say congratulations to Steve Henderson of the Holy Trinity Tigers, head coach. Last night, career victory 400 in boys basketball. That's awesome. His Tigers beat Palm Bay.
How many games do you play in a high school in a normal season?
About 20, 23, 24, 25. He wins 19 games a year. That's impressive in high school.
That is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That really is. Alan Zlotorzynski, great conversation. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you later, all right?
Appreciate you, Mark.